Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to talk about all the different quantizing modes. Most of my previous videos I've been sticking to 8 steps equal temperament. And one of the reasons is because there's so many limitations to it that I like finding creative ways to kind of get around those. It's really nice to have a synth like this that's quantized to a particular key so you can just sort of play around with settings and play by ear and not have to worry about things going out of tune or out of key. But that presents a ton of limitations, especially with the subharmonic frequencies. And so all of those videos were just kind of ways to kind of get around it. But you don't have to do that because you can play in 12 steps equal temperament. Before we get there, I just put out a video where I was jamming. I wanted to come up with a patch that didn't use the quantized modes at all so I could show it to you. And I ended up coming up with a pretty cool jam. So I wanted to kind of show one patch that uses no quantization and I think came out pretty cool. So if you want to take a minute and go back and listen to it, it's the Heavy Jam. I'll put a link up in the corner. But right now I'm just going to assume you've heard it. So one of the key features is really distorted punches way up top and also how I use the LFO on the second oscillator. So I've got a patch coming from the triangle LFO of the mother into the Subharmonicon's VCO2. Now what happens then, when it's turned up all the way, it gets to audio rate and it creates this real big crunch. So I played around a lot with that, but I also turned it way down. Really, that effect comes out in any of the modes, like if we listen to it in equal temperament. But I thought it was pretty cool and I just wanted to show it off. But really, just to explain it in case you don't have the Subharmonicon, if you set it to 12 steps equal temperament, you can play in any key you want. For this patch, I was playing in the key of G minor. So I tuned my oscillator to G. For this particular song, it was going to be heavy, distorted. I wanted things a little bit detuned and to sound kind of off balance. So I just turned off quantization altogether. And I did tune it up before, but as you can see, it's really hard to get it perfect. That's pretty good. So this is what it sounds like if it was in 12 steps equal temperament. Sounds a little bit different. Notice if you can hear the difference. So it has that kind of just slightly detuned. I mean, if we went through each one of these notes, it wouldn't actually be out of tune, but it'd be slightly off. So don't be afraid of just turning off quantization altogether. You're going to need a tuner though. Most DAWs have one, but you can even use a phone app. 12-step equal temperament, as I've been posting these videos online and talking to people on forums, it seems like that's the consensus as the one that's most usable. And that's primarily because you can change keys easily without adding any extra gear. Now, the difference between just intonation and equal temperament, it's something that I touched upon earlier. It's kind of interesting that they've included it in here. It's basically that frequencies have a gradient. As I did that, there was no stopping point. So in music, we've divided those frequencies up. This is a really simple explanation. But over time, we made adjustments so that the intervals between notes will stay consistent over many octaves. I did some A-B comparisons between equal temperament and just intonation, and I didn't really notice a huge difference. Just intonations did sound a little bit off kilter, just almost the same way as playing within when it's not quantized at all and just tuning it the best you can. But then again, every time I played it and I started hearing the difference, I also was like, am I just hearing this in my head? But they can be some fun things to try out. This is the last video that I have planned for my Subharmonicon tutorial. I really hope that you've gotten something out of it. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And I do want to leave it open because I'm always rediscovering things about it and making up new patches and finding new ways to approach things. So I might revisit it and do another video. If you have any ideas or ways that you've used it that you think I've missed, let me know because I'd love that input so I can make more videos. I put all these patches up on my Patreon page, so check that out if you're interested. It's a great way to support the channel. There are affiliate links in all the descriptions. You can support it that way too at no extra cost to you. I've got a few videos in the works, some random ideas that I've had, but the next big project I'm going to work on is doing this same type of tutorial for the Mother 32. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.